Well, agreed that there we go. Might give some guidance.
Welcome back, welcome back. My name is Kyle Whissel. You are listening to Whissel Wednesdays here on KCBQ. Again, if you want to connect with myself or any of the guests we've got on the show, again, Jason Hall with Sierra Pacific Mortgage, David Wilson, Jerry Heavey here with Wells Fargo Advisors. You can always reach out to us via text, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. I'll get you connected. We want to be your source, whether it's real estate, whether it's mortgage, whether it's financial advising, CPAs, whatever you need. We want to be there to help you out. We want to be that resource for you. And before the break, we were talking to our guys here from Wells Fargo Advisors. They put a new report out, the 2014 Mid-Year Market Outlook. Jerry Heavey, tell me a little bit more about this outlook. What's going on? Where are we headed?
Well, the Outlook report is put together by our investment strategy committee, and they really just give you an update and an outlook on what the rest of the year might look like in the equities market, and the fixed incomes market, the international markets, and just the economy in general.
Okay. So what's the overall outlook? Where are we headed? Are things looking good, bad? Are you think things just kind of going to hover where they are? I know in the real estate market, last year was absolutely crazy. Things went through the roof. And since the fall, winter season, we've really kind of mellowed out. Still going up just a tad, but things have been pretty moderate, which, in my opinion, is a good thing for the real estate market. What about the financial markets? Are you guys seeing the same kind of stuff?
Well, obviously with the Dow just topping 17,000, and although it slipped back below, we're at all-time highs in the market. It's been a tremendous recovery since the 2008-2009 financial crisis. And we've really been in the same mode of this slow growth and slow recovery mode, and our outlook remains positive, that we think that that's going to continue. We see improvements in unemployment, we see improvements in the housing market. You probably could speak to that even more than I could.
Definitely, yeah, and we're going to talk some real estate stats. We've got Jared Norris, our Bay Park specialist. He's going to be joining us here on the fourth segment of the show, so we're excited to talk to Jared and find out what's going on in Bay Park and just the real estate market in general. So again, you guys work with a lot of clients, from all around the country. What is the ideal client for someone, who wants to work with Wells Fargo Advisors?
Well, we do work with a lot of different types of clients, whether it be teachers or just working class people who've saved into their 401ks. But what we really find is that the clients that we work with the most and who are most beneficial to our services is like clients who have really committed their time and energy into focusing on their career and using that as their engine of wealth creation. And they just simply, they don't have time for it, and so they're very, very busy. They probably could do what we do, but they'd rather have experts and professionals help them out with it and make sure that they're on track.
Definitely. I mean, I see a lot of people that invest through their companies and 401ks and IRAs and all these different things that are out there, but a lot of them don't know what they're doing. I mean, they don't understand what the different investments are. They give you a paper and it's like a word puzzle. You're just circling like, oh look, that one looks cool, I like that name. It's like being at the horse races almost. I mean, it's crazy the strategies that people use to invest. I mean, what are some of the things you guys can do to help people? Maybe somebody let's say they worked for a company for 15 years and they just left and they've got all this money in a 401k. What are some of the options they have with that money?
Well, I think what you said is really key, is that bad things aren't really obvious when times are good, and right now times are good, right? Everybody's investments are doing fantastic. In a letter to shareholders, Warren Buffett once said that you only find out who's swimming naked when the tide goes out, right?
I love it.
And so this is a great time to prepare for, when is that next bad time going to come? And so who we can help are people like that situation. If you just left your job and you're starting a new job and you have the opportunity to roll over your 401k, this is a great time to consult with a professional and to see what kind of options you might have, and for us to look at your personal situation and provide an investment allocation that makes sense for you.
That's awesome. Again, you're listening to Jerry Heavey and David Wilson here on Whissel Wednesdays. If you want to connect with these guys, definitely shoot a text message over to us, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. I'll get you connected. These guys can really help get you on that path, to financial freedom. We don't want you making the same mistakes that a lot of other people had. I mean, what are some of the bigger mistakes that you're seeing people make, in the financial markets, whether they're buying bonds, stocks, mutual funds, all that stuff? What are some of the mistakes that people should avoid?
And probably the biggest mistake I've ever seen, I prospected a lady back in late 1999, and she had $1.5 million in a portfolio, and she sent me the portfolio. She let me look it over, and the only name in her entire portfolio of stocks that was not a technology stock was AOL, and that's only because it was considered a media and advertising stock, right? And I said, geez, you should diversify your portfolio. And she said, well, I'll look at my returns. Of course, she had done fabulously. And she never became a client, and my heart goes out to this lady. I'm sure she lost 60 to 70 to 80% of her portfolio, and a lot of that wealth she'll never get back. So,
Gotcha.
Where we really help people is we run a plan for them. Our planning program is called Envision. It's a proprietary Wells Fargo planning program. And they did a survey of both Wells Fargo clients and non-Wells Fargo clients, and people who had plans and people who didn't have plans. And over 92% of people who actually have a financial plan, had an Envision plan, agreed that their plan provides the guidance they need to succeed financially. And it's as simple as that. If you want to be wealthy, have a wealth plan.
So have a plan. Plan is key.
Have a plan.
So when somebody works with you guys, I mean, is it something where they just come meet with you one time and they just say, all right, take care of my money and go? Or are you guys sitting down meeting on a regular basis? I mean, how does that work?
Generally speaking, we like to meet with them once a year and do a complete and thorough analysis and review of everything in the portfolio. And then beyond that, it's just a matter of what each individual client wants. Some people want to talk once a quarter, some people want to talk once a month, and some people prefer to be left alone. So it's really just a matter of what the individual client wants. And our initial meeting, we don't charge for initial consultation or anything like that. It's really a matter of getting together and seeing if we're a fit, just like you would with any financial advisor or any other professional. It's a matter of sitting down and us doing everything we can to figure out exactly what you want and seeing if we can provide it for you.
That's awesome. So I was going through the news today. I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. Is this where people should be putting their money? And again, I like to focus on the really high quality media that's out there. So I was on TMZ. And definitely, I mean, where else are you going to get your news? I was looking on like the UT website, looking on Fox. Everything was so boring. TMZ, that's where I get my news. That is my most trusted media source. So that's what we're going to talk about right now.
Oh, great. I don't know what's coming here.
So Ellen DeGeneres, apparently she has gone into the home flipping business. So I have some competition, Jason.
Uh-oh. Ellen.
We're going to have
She's got a little
to,
bit more cash than you and I think.
She's just a tad. So she picked up a house recently. I think she bought it toward the end of last year, during the holiday season, right before New Year. She picked up this house for $40 million,
Ooh.
you know, up there in LA in one of these fancy pants neighborhoods. And where were we, 7 months later, and the founder of Napster, Sean Parker, just came in and picked that house up for $55 million.
Wow.
She made $15 million flipping a house. Like, is she not wealthy enough?
I'm going to say that was a good investment.
That was a good investment, right?
Yeah, assuming she didn't invest $15 million on top of it, which I imagine she didn't, but
No,
she probably did some
Sean Parker came in and said that he liked the decorating and he loved everything that she did with it. She didn't even do anything crazy with the house.
Wow. Congratulations, Ellen.
Yeah, so this is where I almost, like I wanted to throw my papers in the air over the World Cup and the coin flip possibility. Apparently Kim Kardashian and Kanye West are now in the home flipping business. Like, what is this world coming to?
See, when everybody's doing it, doesn't that alarm you?
Right. What's that one saying when,
That's exactly what I'm
be
saying.
fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful? I mean, if Kim Kardashian and Kanye West are flipping houses, apparently they picked up a house in Bel Air for about $11 million, and they've been gutting that house, completely redoing things, and their financial advisors are telling them they can make a few $1 million off of this house. I mean, do these guys need more money?
I can't imagine that they do, but why would they stop trying?
Right? The good thing, again, Governor Brown, they are the 1%, so Governor Brown's going to take his piece of this.
Yeah, thanks for feeding the coffers, right? they're propping up the Cal State government so that your bonds are more secure.
Definitely. So as financial advisors, I mean, when you see people buying real estate, flipping houses, what kind of advice do you give to them?
Well, we don't really advise a lot on real estate, except to say this. I think that, and as an investor, you want to be diversified. And in the financial advisor world, we don't have a lot to say about real estate because we don't really deal with it. But what I tell clients is if you're in Southern California and you're not paying attention to real estate, you're definitely missing out on a great opportunity. And I think you should own stocks, and you should own bonds, and you should own real estate in a diversified portfolio. So I just think it makes sense to own it. Whether today is the day to buy it or not, I'll let them talk to you about that. But I can tell you interest rates are at all-time lows, and I bet Jason, what's the interest rate on a $50 million mortgage?
I'd like to find out someday, but yeah, the largest loan I've ever done is about $2 million, guys. But yeah, $50 million, I'm not even sure where you go to get a loan, right?
Do you need, I mean, if you're buying a $50 million house, you probably don't need a loan. I mean, these guys have so much money, $55 million.
I can only dream.
I thought Napster fell apart. I mean, that guy actually still has money?
Well, like they say, in this recovery market so far, the wealthy has gotten wealthier. And you guys could probably attest to that. I mean, that's what some people are saying. And the poor are still poor, so crazy, $50 million.
That's crazy. So talk a little bit about some of the loan stuff going on. I mean, obviously, $50 million loans, that's not something, that's happening every day. But what's happening for real world America, for the average person listening to our show that's looking to buy a home in San Diego?
Yeah, so what we see a lot of out there still, Kyle, is the VA loan is still probably one that's really popular here in San Diego. We have a lot of veterans who are currently coming back to San Diego. Maybe they were active military before. We still have a lot of active military buying here in San Diego. And it's a great place, as we know. Living in San Diego is one of the best places in the world to live. So we see a lot of VA clients. Again, that's a veteran loan. If you've served in the military, you can let us know. Text us at 619-663-7355 to see if you qualify. We can let you know if you do qualify for that VA loan. But again, that allows you with no money down, Kyle. We can get you in with no closing costs, and we can help you buy literally with no money out of pocket. So that's a real popular loan. We actually have a couple of the people that work for you and I putting on a VA seminar next Saturday on the 19th. So if you're a veteran and listening, please text Kyle again at the 619-663-7355. On the 19th, we've got a VA seminar hosted by one of our real estate agents that did serve the military, so Russell Messiah. So it's a great time to learn more information on that. So that's one of the best loans out there still.
Definitely, yeah. So hopefully, Mr. Tamarisi, we can get that guy out of Mexico, get him back here to San Diego, and then Jason, we'll connect him with you. We'll get that man a house. I mean, it sounds like that guy's going through a lot. I mean, 2 tours over in Afghanistan, and now he's going through hell down in Mexico. I mean, all these guys that have been in our military. I mean, I just want to give a big thank you out to all of those people. I know I personally couldn't do it, so those that do, I have nothing but respect for you guys that have gone out there, served our country, whether you've been to war, whether you've just stayed here locally, reservists, I mean, even National Guard. Shoot, I have so much respect for everybody, that's willing to put their life out there on the line to serve our country. And as a result of that sacrifice that you've made, you're able to get one of the best loan products available to you. So I mean, the best, definitely. So I mean, a huge thank you goes out to everybody, military, family of militaries. We definitely want to thank you guys for everything that you do. Again, if you want to find out more about VA loans or the class that's coming up on the 19th that Jason's team is helping put on, shoot us a text message, 619-663-7355, and we'll get you all the info on that class, get you a free ticket. When we get back, we're going to be joined by Jared Norris, our Bay Park specialist with the Whissel Realty team. We're going to find out a little bit about what's going on in Bay Park, what's going on in the real estate market in general. My name is Kyle Whissel. I'm joined by Jason Hall as always. This is Whissel Wednesdays.